Good morning, hope you're having a lovely day. This video is for anyone who feels they're a bit stuck in an old behavioural pattern or an old way of being, or like it can't shift something, or it just keeps happening where you're doing something, or there's a thought pattern that keeps coming up that you don't seem to be able to change, or there's something that you want to do but you've convinced yourself that you can't do it. Something occurred to me the other day when I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was being quite negative, and for some reason I just couldn't tolerate it at all. And she's well in her right to be negative whenever she likes, but I got really intolerant and very high horsey about it, and started being really playing devil's advocate and not really empathizing with her at all. And I got off the phone and I felt like crap. And then I started saying to myself, well, why did you have to be like that? Why did you have to be so antagonistic? You're such an argumentative bitch, Luce. Like, why did you have to be like that? Couldn't you just be kind to your friend and just agree with her? And that's what she wanted to hear. Like, why did you have to be so horrible? And I went into this cycle of like making myself feel really bad. And then it hit me. Well, 5 minutes ago, I wasn't thinking this of myself. And just because, I've come from a background where, we're quite good debaters in my family. And sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's annoying. Basically, it doesn't matter that much, and it's not who I am. But as soon as I start labeling myself with the behaviour, like, oh, you are this way, you're an arguer, it's never going to change, you've always been this way, blah, 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 blah. What we're doing is we're acting as if the behaviour is who we are. And I'm not, I was antagonistic in that moment, but that's not who I am. It doesn't define me. And what I noticed in noticing this about myself is how often we identify with our behaviours, whether it's addiction, whether it's how we are in relationships, whether it's how we are at work, or with our money, or with our career, or whatever it is. If we say to ourselves, this is the way that we are, like, I can't do this, or I am an addict, or I'm not confident, or I am quite controlling or domineering in relationships, or whatever it is that you've got stuck with, or I can never do this, or whatever we say as I am this, then that makes it fixed, as if it has something to do with who we are. And we're not the created form, we're not the behaviour, we're what's before it. So we're the creator, and a behaviour is just like the manifestation of a thought pattern, whether it's an unconscious thought pattern or whether it's conscious. It's just a manifestation of it. And as soon as we label ourselves with our thoughts and identify with our thoughts and our behaviours, then it's harder to change. And an awareness of that will help us. Awareness is the first key to change. Because if that was the case, then that would mean that all I am is a video maker, or all I am is someone who types on the computer, because I'm doing that. But it isn't, it's just something that we do. But we can change it as long as we don't label ourselves. And it's the same with other people. If we're labeling other people with their behaviour, then it stays fixed. That's how children get ideas into their head that they are failures, they aren't good enough, blah, blah, blah. That's where these thoughts come from. And that's not who we are. They're just our thoughts. And they're other people's thoughts that have been put onto our thoughts. But they've got no basis in reality. They're not there. And we have in each moment, which is the only thing that ever exists, we have the opportunity to press the reset button. Because we're the formless. We're not the we're the creators, not the created. And as soon as we can see that we're before our thoughts, we're not the thoughts, we're what's before it, then we don't need to keep it fixed. It's not fixed. And being aware of our language, how we speak to other people, how we condemn and we judge other people with their behaviours, is what keeps it fixed. It's like if we keep saying to someone, oh, you always do that, or that's the way you are, or then they think that too. It starts to influence them, and then they think, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it. And we become victims of our behaviour. It almost becomes like, oh, well, we have an excuse now to be that way. And so what I'm saying is we're not responsible. We are responsible for our behaviours, but they're not who we are, and we can change them if we become aware of that. I hope that makes sense. Love and compassion, that's the way out.